Yes, my mic is still on that bull. Apologies. Five Nights at Freddy's movie already made its budget back and then some before it had even dropped. So let me give you a real context here. I and many in FNAF community was a little bit of critical when the decision came that FNAF movie will be streaming as well as being, played in theaters. We were hoping, it's the first FNAF movie. We almost waited a decade for this. Hopefully, it's just in theaters so it can make its money. The reason we said hopefully it makes money is so that the franchise gets taken seriously, we get future installments. Technically, if it makes more money in streaming than in theaters, obviously, we would say go for it. Streaming all the way. But look, whatever helps the franchise. Maybe a spin-off TV series? Okay, we're doing too much. Today, Jason Blum, whom, along with Scott Cavan, made all this possible. And they came forward and said they have made the budget back and then some. Just from the streaming sales. Peacock is, of course, paying Blumhouse because they have a contract together to put the movie on the streaming, as well as the theater's distribution rights and profits. The budget is around $25 million. It is not that a lot. A lot of indie movies are made with that budget. So it was always going to make money, but I'm just happy to see that it has already made the money back before it has even hit the theaters. Now, what are we looking at in terms of box office? Now, we actually have a report on this, and of course, these estimates, they change significantly and massively. The estimate right now is going from a 33 million to 42 million opening weekend and a total run of 60 to 90 million. That is a huge gap, 60 to 90 million. But the good thing is it's a domestic run. This comes via, of course, Box Office Pro. This is very unprecedented, what we're seeing here with Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Nobody knows what to expect. We've seen horror movies make not that much money. Like, we've seen it make like 700 million, 600 million. No horror movie has hit 1 billion. Actual horror. We're not talking about the mix mash of genres, we're talking actual horror. But here, this is a very interesting case. It is unprecedented what we're seeing here with Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Of course, it's not going to hit 1 billion. I would even go as far as to say it will struggle to hit 500 million, because even the best of the movies, they struggle to hit 500 million. And we're talking about a movie that is also streaming on the same day. Let's look at some of the, movies from the past that have, day and date streamed. The Batman would have hit 1 billion if it was. I still believe that to this day, even though, factually you can come and prove me wrong. The Batman would have hit 1 billion if it wasn't for 45 days later streaming. But I have belief and faith that it'll at least make 200 million or close to 300 million worldwide. That is very optimistic on my end, not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't be surprised if it hits 200 million. I wouldn't be surprised if it hits above 200 million. I would be surprised if it hits anything above 300 million. Of course, the goal, the best case scenario is that it hits 400 million in the long run. Even if it's the best movie Five Nights at Freddy's could be, first ever live action debut, hitting 400 million, it's a very big ask. You also gotta see how many theaters are running at the same time, like how many screens are it's getting, and if the fans are actually gonna flock to the theaters. The way movies make money in theaters, it's the rewatchability and how many, watch would it take for me to be satisfied after watching a movie, right? If I give you an example, Oppenheimer, like that requires at least a minimum of 2 viewing. I can also think at the top of my head, any Christopher Nolan movie. I just named this movie. Okay, let's go a little bit back, alright. Avengers Endgame or Infinity War, like those require multiple viewings, right? Why would fans go back in the theaters to watch when they can just watch it once in theater and come back home? So, in my humble personal opinion, 200? Okay. That would be a big win. It's already estimating towards 90 million domestically. We will take a 200 million, worldwide run. Whatever, how long they keep it in the theaters, we will take it. And of course, we also gotta take in the streaming. At the end of the day, I think it would be wise to get as many people to watch this movie as possible, and then when we get to the sequels, then they can have fans who are eager to watch the the future movie sequels. They can just watch it in theaters. It'll be exclusive to theaters premieres I'm talking about. With that being said, I'm gonna leave you with this question. What is the estimate you think this movie is going to make in its entire run? I've said my piece. I think it's gonna be close to around 200 million. Anything less, I would be a little surprised. But anything above, I would also be surprised. 200 is your soft spot. When I say 200, I mean 190, 195, 201, 203, all these counts, like around this. So let me know, and this is our start to making Five Nights at Freddy's movie videos. Susu for more 100k, let's go boy.